Here's the truth about real estate investing. Finding deals isn't the hard part. Finding motivated sellers is. And most investors are looking in all the wrong places. I've bought over 500 properties, mostly using creative financing, and 90% of those deals came from just 3 lead sources. And these are lead sources that many investors ignore altogether. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 exact methods that I use in today's markets to find motivated sellers who are ready to sell on payments with owner financing. Before I share the 3 methods, let me tell you why most investors struggle to find deals. They're fishing in the wrong pond. Most investors focus on finding properties. They look on the MLS, they drive around neighborhoods, or search online listings. But here's the problem. You're competing with everyone else doing the exact same darn thing. The secret isn't finding properties. It's finding people who need to sell, but don't want to deal with the traditional real estate methods. These are your motivated sellers. And motivated sellers care about different things. They're not just dead set on getting top dollar. Sometimes they're needing debt relief. Sometimes they want moving money. And sometimes they just want to be done with the property altogether. But they're willing to give you time to pay them off in full. And that's where the creative financing comes in. When you focus on solving the problems, instead of just finding properties, everything changes. You stop competing on price with all the other investors and you start competing on solutions. So now let's jump into my methods to find these deals. Method number 1, direct mail to specific lists. Yes, you heard that right, direct mail, but not in the way most people do it. Most investors send generic postcards to random homeowners, and that's just a waste of money. I target specific lists of motivated sellers. My top lead sources are tired landlords and inherited properties above everything else. But people who are behind on payments are also a great source. Here's my exact direct mail process. Number 1, a simple handwritten letter, not just a postcard, not a fancy brochure, but something that looks like a personal handwritten letter that just came from a friend. The letter just says something like, "Hey, my name is Andrew Schlag and I'm interested in buying your house at 123 Main Street. Please give me a call at your phone number. Sincerely, Andrew." When this method is being cranked up, I send a few hundred letters every single week to a few targeted lists. When you do that, expect a response rate around 2 or 3%, which means 10 or 15 calls a week. Out of those calls, I usually get 2 or 3 appointments. And when doing these consistently, it often brings me 1 to 2 deals a month or even more. If you want more, just crank up how many you're sending. Method number 2, pay per lead services. Like any lead service, there are going to be crappy ones and good ones. Over the years, some evolve and some get better and some fall off. Right now, Property Lead Source is our number 1 converter in lead flow. There's several more though that I often recommend. I often close 1 out of every 7 to 10 of those leads. But if you're new, of course, don't expect to do that right away. For that to happen, you need quality leads and you need to be efficient and effective on the phone. Now, the pros of pay per lead is you know what you're investing into. A set amount of leads every single month. Sometimes it's $150 a lead or even more depending on what county you're going for. And yes, that can add up quickly. But if you have a good service and you know you can close the deals over the phone, you can absolutely make the numbers work. In fact, that can be a big win. Of course, there's always a risk. Nothing is guaranteed, but we've gotten many deals this way, and so has our community. The good news is, if the lead ends up being something like a mobile home or a house that's not actually for sale, most services will credit you back and send you a replacement lead in its place. Leaning into our solid pay-per-lead source can really transform your business. If you want my favorite pay-per-lead source, just click the link in the description. I've dropped them there for you. Method number 3, Facebook Marketplace. This one doesn't cost you a penny. While I often hear people say it doesn't work, or they get a lot of realtor listed properties, or they get a lot of wholesalers, this is the way that myself and our community has bought tons of houses for free. But there's a specific process to make sure it's effective. If you just scroll the marketplace and throw out random offers, you won't get anywhere. Here's what I do. I go into Marketplace and type in for sell by owner, house for sell by owner. I message the seller directly with something simple like, "I've got a couple questions, interested in this property, what's the best number to reach you?" When we get on the phone, I ask about the condition of the property and if they'd be willing to accept payments over time. Like most lead sources, the majority, of course, will say no. But the minority who say yes, those are your deals. And here's an extra bonus while you're on the Marketplace. You'll also run into wholesalers. Don't ignore them. We continue to close deals from wholesalers, sometimes as straight cash buys and other times paying over time with owner financing. Every conversation is an opportunity, either for a deal or for a future partner. Don't overlook that. If you want to learn the complete system for finding motivated sellers and structuring creative deals, I'm hosting a free challenge in a couple days. In this challenge, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step system I've used to close over 500 deals and that my students are using all over the country. So click the link in the description, save your spot. It's completely free, but space is limited, and it's for serious action takers only. Hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.